An auto insurance policy is not an easy contract to understand. To top it off, currently there are over 20 personal auto policy forms being sold in Texas. Each form differs in enhancements and limitations, but generally they have 7 similar sections. In this video, we will briefly describe and give a few tips on each coverage section. There are 3 coverages that as a Texas agent we are required to offer you. They are liability, uninsured, underinsured motorist, and personal injury protection. As most of you know, auto liability is required by the state of Texas. You may refuse the other 2 coverages, uninsured, underinsured motorist, and personal injury protection, by signing rejection forms. The first part we are going to cover is auto liability. Auto liability refers to damage you cause to somebody or someone's property while operating a vehicle. For the insurance company to be obligated to pay another party, you or your vehicle's driver must be some degree at fault. Notice, I said you or your driver. What I'm getting at is the liability follows the vehicle, which means if you let your daughter's boyfriend borrow your car and he is at fault in an accident, your insurance policy will pay for the damages first, then his. By the way, you will probably be named in any lawsuit that might arise from the accident also. Liability insurance does not pay for any damages to your car. The only protection you get is protection from a lawsuit. And unfortunately, you have no control of how much someone else sues you for. Since our society has become very litigious, purchase an adequate amount of insurance. Minimum limits might not be enough. Hey, I don't know about you, but with my luck, if I were at fault in an accident, I would total out a brand new $60,000 Lexus. And if I had minimum limits, my insurance company would pay $25,000. The rest, $35,000, would be my responsibility. Our most important tip is, please buy as much auto liability insurance that your budget will allow. The next coverage part is uninsured, underinsured motorist. Uninsured, underinsured motorist is a coverage that pays for your damages that result from an accident with another vehicle that either does not have insurance or not enough insurance. Hey, this is a cool coverage, but there are a few conditions you need to be aware of. First, the other party must be 100% at fault. You can't be slightly negligent. As a result, if you are 1% negligent, then uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage will not cover your damages. Secondly, you have a $250 deductible for your property damage, which is your vehicle. The damage to your vehicle could also be covered under collision. And thirdly, you can choose how much uninsured, underinsured motorist coverage you want, as long as it does not exceed your liability limits. Insurance people will often refer to the next section, personal injury protection, as PIP or PIP. PIP pays for medical expenses, funeral expenses, and loss of wages for anybody who is injured in your vehicle. It does not matter who is at fault. The amount starts at $2,500 per individual. But there is another coverage that is very similar to PIP. It is called medical payments. Check out the medical payments cost. You might prefer medical payments over personal injury protection. The fourth section is collision. Collision pays for damage to your vehicle if there is a collision or overturn. You would have to pay a deductible. There are several deductible options, but generally if you have a lien holder, the lien holder will allow a maximum of a $500 deductible. As a result, the most common deductibles are $250 and $500. The next section, other than collision, pays for damage to your vehicle for all insured perils other than collision and overturn. Perils included would be fire, theft, vandalism, flood, and hail. Many people call this coverage comp or comprehensive. This coverage is broad, but it does have exclusions. Also, you have a deductible with this coverage. You will probably have a maximum deductible of $500, but it could be as low as $50 or $100. Naturally, the higher the deductible, the lower the premium cost. The insurance term physical damage coverage refers to the combination of collision and other than collision coverages. A very important item to know is the personal auto policy is designed to pay actual cash value. This means if your 10-year-old vehicle is totaled by a covered peril, the insurance company will pay you an amount based on the value of a 10-year-old vehicle with similar make, model, and condition. And I warn you, your 10-year-old vehicle that has 200,000 miles on it is worth more to you than anyone else, including the insurance company. So when your older vehicle is totaled, remember, you will probably be frustrated with the situation. If your vehicle needs to be towed or flat fixed, there is a coverage called towing and labor. The coverage amount normally ranges between $40 to $120 per disablement. This coverage is reasonably priced, but if you have a high-level roadside protection plan, the roadside protection plan should be superior. The final coverage is rental reimbursement. It pays a per-day limit up to 30 days for a rental car while your vehicle is in the shop being repaired. The reason it is in the shop must be a covered peril, so you must have collision and other than collision coverages on your policy. Sometimes the insurance companies will make the rental car arrangements. Sometimes you must make the arrangements and the company will reimburse your expenses. Hey, I hope this video helps you. If you would like a summary of this info, go to our forms section and look for IIC Auto 01. Take care.